Hello, people. How are you all doing? I'm sure you are all doing good. Okay, so let's continue from where we stopped. The last time I told us about how the sickness started, and thank God He healed me and I am still alive. As years goes by, because of what I have passed through, I became spiritually awake without even knowing it. But before anything happens, my guardian angel will tell me, or even if he didn't tell me on time, but before anything takes shape, he will notify me. So on this particular day, we traveled home for Christmas. I heard that my brothers came back with their families and some of my sisters equally came back. So I decided to go and visit them. So on this particular day, I left with my children. Almost everybody in my husband's family went out that very day. So after staying in my father's village, when it was time to go back home, I came back with my children. So when my children came inside, I was the last person to come upstairs. The moment I wanted to enter into the bedroom, I just heard that voice that asked me to go inside the bathroom and check for my soap. And I want to tell us that something like this has never happened before. It was a family house, so we make use of we share everything together. We share the same kitchen, we share the same bedroom, we share the same toilet. You know how it is in the village. So I turned back immediately and went to the bathroom, and I realized that my co-wife's last child was taking her bed, a little girl. So I knocked on the door and the little girl answered. And I pleaded with her to just allow me to check for something. She opened the door for me and I came in and looked straight. I didn't see my soap. I didn't see it as anything. I just left. I went inside the bedroom and unchanged. So after my children have taken their bed, I decided to go back again to see if it was a mistake. I checked and my soap wasn't there. So I called my husband. So he decided to ask around. Everybody said that, of course, nobody could have taken it. But then, how did it disappear? I didn't know. And what I did was to just pick up a toilet soap, and normally I don't use a toilet soap in bathing. So my husband couldn't sleep because he was so worried. He saw how worried I was, and it equally triggered him. So he said that he woke up around 11 in the night or some minutes to 12 to go back again to go and check even in the toilet and everywhere, but he couldn't see my soap. So he decided to pour away a drum of water and some buckets of water that were kept for use the following day. He decided to pour all of them away to see if the soap was inside any of those buckets or inside the drum, but there was no soap there. So he went to bed. So in the middle of the night, I woke up to pray around 3 a.m. And while I was praying, I heard someone's footstep, walking along the passage. And this passage is closer to our rooms and equally closer to the toilet and bedroom. So I just lowered my voice while praying so that I will know who the person was. But the footstep went to the bedroom section, and I waited to hear when the door will open, but the door of the bedroom didn't open. The door of the toilet didn't open, and that footstep walked away. So by morning, after my children have taken their bed, I was just sitting down in the sitting room. The next thing I saw was the same woman that tore that foil that was used in wrapping my wrapper before I got sick. That same woman brought a bucket of water into the sitting room and asked me to look inside the bucket of water. And I looked and I saw my soap. And I asked her, where did you get this bucket of water from? She said that she saw the bucket of water closer to the bedroom door, and then she checked and she saw my soap. But then I looked inside the water. When you drop a soap inside the water, like you drop it by 7 o'clock in the night, by 7 o'clock in the morning, that soap will just swell up. But then the soap just looked like something that was thrown inside the water just an hour ago. So my husband came out immediately and said it's not possible. That he actually woke up by some minutes past 11 or some minutes to 12 to go and pour away every water so that all the buckets were empty before he went to bed. So she asked me to take my soap back. I told her no, that I will not take it. So she carried the bucket of water with the soap and left. When I called my mom in the afternoon to tell my mom what happened about the soap, while I was making the call, the lady walked in immediately and snatched my phone from me. And I turned and asked her, why are you snatching my phone when I'm answering a call with my mom? She said that I don't have to call my mom to tell my mom what happened, that I know that my mom is sick, that I know that my mom was diabetic, that I'm not supposed to add to her pains and to her sickness, this and that. I told her it is none of your business. She's not your mom, she's my mom. Hand my phone over to me so that I will talk to my mom. She cut the call before handing my phone over to me. And the next thing, she started crying. She started saying, in Igbo language, she started saying, Amkwam, Amkwam. Amkwam means I'm dead, I'm dead. That was what she was saying, you know. And the next thing she asked me was that, can I tell her what the priest said when we traveled home for the prayer the previous year? And I told her that the priest said that someone poisoned me. And she asked me, did the priest tell me who the person was? And I said no, that the priest didn't mention any name, that he said that I was poisoned, and that the person that poisoned me is from the place where I got married into. You know, so she just started consoling me that I shouldn't cry, this and that, that God will vindicate me, that God will fight for me. I started having double mind. Why would she do that? Why would she be the one to find the soap? Why would she snatch my phone from me when I was trying to call my mom to report the problem to my mom? Why would she do that? So because of all those things, I decided to go deep into prayers. Okay, having realized that I have a guardian angel who is so powerful and who is so close to me, who hears me and answers whenever I call, I went deep into prayers and I started asking God to reveal the culprit to me. And I got that message, and the message came directly into my ear. That on that very day, I went to my father's house. This woman came back and picked my soap. And she took my soap to somebody else. And they did some jars on that soap. And what was the jars they did? Had it been that I used that soap to bathe, in no distant time, I would become a mad woman. That was the message that came to me. That they invoked madness into that soap. That after using the soap to bathe, in no distant time, by the time we must have all traveled back after the festive period, I will become mad so that nobody will know where the madness is coming from. And that was the message I got. I'm still going to tell us a lot more, all right? See you next time. Bye.